Good day, children. Today in this video, we'll see the lesson, an autobiography of Malala Yousafzai. So, before going to the lesson, since it's a Malala Yousafzai autobiography, I would like to give you a small speech on education. It facilitates quality living all through the life among people of any age group, caste, religion, and region. It is the process of achieving knowledge, values, skills, beliefs, and moral habits. I come from a country, I refers to Malala Yousafzai. Since it's an autobiography, it's been said on her own words. I come from a country which was created at midnight. I was shot by a Taliban and was flown out of Pakistan unconscious. To be torn from the country that you love is not something to wish on anyone. Now, every morning when I open my eyes, I long to see my old room full of my things, my clothes all over the floor, and my school prizes on the shelves. Instead, I'm in a country which is 5 hours behind my beloved homeland Pakistan, and my home in the Swat Valley. So, Malala says that she comes from a country which was created at midnight. Why do she say it so? Because she was shot by a Taliban and was flown out of Pakistan unconsciously. To be torn from the country that you love is not something to wish on anyone. Yes, to go out of a country, to be banned in your own country is not that you love. Yes. Now every morning when I open my eyes, she says, in every morning she opens her eyes, she longed to see her old room full of her things, her clothes all over the floor, and her school prizes on the shelves. Instead, she is in a country which is 5 hours behind her beloved homeland Pakistan and her home in Swat Valley. So, Malala says that her country, Pakistan, is century behind this country which she is now. Here there is any convenience you can imagine. That is the country which is very comfortable to live. Water running from every tap, hot or cold as you wish, lights at the flick of a switch, day and night, no need for oil lamps, ovens to cook on that don't need anyone to go and fetch gas cylinders from the market, from the bazaar and all. Here everything is so modern. The country is so modern, one can even find food ready cooked in packets. When she stands in front of her window and look out, she sees tall buildings, long roads full of vehicles moving in orderly lines, neat green hedges and lawns. Yes, and tidy pavements to walk on. What is a pavement? A platform to walk on. So, Malala Yousafzai dreams about going back to her hometown. How she describes it? I'm back in my valley, the high snow-topped mountains, green waving fields and fresh blue rivers. And her heart smiles when it looks at the people of Swat, the place where she was born. And her mind transports her back to her school, and there she is reunited with her friends and teachers. I meet my best friend Muniba. She says that she meets her best friend Muniba. And there they sit together talking and joking as if she had never left. Then she remembers that she is in Birmingham, England. That she is not in Pakistan and she is dreaming of in Pakistan. But she is actually in England. So, this is Swat Valley which Malala was dreaming of. The high snow-topped mountains, green waving fields, and fresh blue rivers. So, the day when everything changed was Tuesday, 9 October 2012. Malala Yousafzai's life changed on Tuesday, 9 October 2012. The school was founded by her father before she was born. The school name is Kushal School, which was painted proudly in red and white. She was in her class 9, where she spent chanting with chemical equations or studying Urdu grammar. Yes, since she was in Pakistan, her mother tongue is Urdu. Yes, and drawing mehendi in hands instead of drawing flowers, they used to draw equation in the hands. Equations is like formulas. Yes, writing stories in English with moral like haste make waste, or drawing diagrams of blood circulations. Most of her classmates wanted to be doctors. So this is the picture. Mehendi in hands, instead of drawing flowers, they used to draw equation in the hands, as you can see in the picture. That day I was returning way back to home from school. That day refers to 9 October 2012. What happened? She was coming back from her school to home, and she started to take the school bus because her mother was scared that something will happen to her. Yes, she was scared of me walking on my own, because they had been getting threats all year. Some were in the newspapers, some were notes or messages passed on by people. My mother was worried about me. Her mother was worried about Malala. But the Taliban had never come for a girl. But Malala thought that the Taliban had never come for a little girl like Malala. Why was they getting threats and all, children? Because they fought for girl child's education, where the Taliban were opposing them. They didn't leave the girl children to come out. Yes. So what happened? She describes first about the man who shot her. So the man was wearing a cap and had a handkerchief over his nose, like he had a flu or something. He looked like a college student. Then what happened? He got into the bus and he demanded, "Who is Malala?" And no one said anything. But several of the girls looked at Malala. And she was the only girl with her face not covered. Usually they used to cover their face. Yes, but she didn't cover her face. That's when he lifted up a black pistol. Pistol is like gun. Some of the girls screamed. Muniba tells Malala that she had squeezed her hand when this event happened. After all her recovery, Muniba used to tell Malala that day you squeezed my hand. Yes. And her friends say he fired 3 shots, one after another. The first went through her left eye socket and out under her left shoulder. She just fall down unconsciously on Muniba, blood coming from her left ear. So what happened after this? Other 2 bullets hit the girls next to me. One bullet went into my friend's left hand, the third went through her left shoulder and into the upper right arm of other girl who was beside me. My friends later told me the gunman's hand was shaking as he fired. By the time we got to the hospital, my long hair and Moniba's lap were full of blood. I was seriously wounded and was taken to the Pakistani military hospital in Peshawar and 4 days later to an intensive care unit in Birmingham, England. So this is how she was torn out of her country. In March 2013, after weeks of treatment and therapy, I was able to begin attending school in Birmingham. Then after weeks of treatment, she was able to begin attending school in Birmingham, England. Nobel Peace Prize Award. On July 12, 2013, her 16th birthday, Malala visited New York and spoke at the United Nations. Later that year, she published her first book, an autobiography entitled I Am Malala, the girl who stood up for education and was shot by the Taliban. On October 10, 2013, in acknowledgement of her work, the European Parliament awarded Malala the prestigious Sakharov Prize for freedom of thought. On the left hand side, you can see Malala holding her Nobel Award, and on the right, her book, Autobiography of Malala Yousafzai, I Am Malala. In October 2014, Malala, along with Indian children's rights activist Kailash Satyarthi, was named a Nobel Peace Prize winner. At age 17, she became the youngest person to receive this prize. Accepting the award, Malala reaffirmed that this award is not just for me. She said that this award, it's not only for me, it is for those forgotten children who want education. It is for those frightened children who want peace. It is for those voiceless children who want change. Now today, the Malala Fund has become an organization that, through education, empower girls to achieve their potential and become confident and strong leaders in their own countries. Now, it's time for revision, a short summary of this lesson. Malala Yousafzai is a young Pakistani girl who actively advocated, that is supported, and even fought for girls' education after a local group known as the Taliban banned education for girls. One afternoon, a Taliban gunman attempted to kill her by shooting her down. She remained in a critical condition, but when her condition improved, she was flown to UK, that is United Kingdom, for further treatment. Her condition improved after a series of corrective surgeries, after many operations. This sparkled a national and international outpouring, and Malala became a celebrity for the stand she had taken that had almost cost her a life. Since that, Malala has become a prominent activist and has honored by many organizations. Thank you, children.